Hello, freaks and fire starters. My name is TBSKY, and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII, where my controller just turned off for some reason. There we go. Don't know why that happened, but welcome back to Final Fantasy VII, where we have been through the flashback in the city of Calm, explaining Cloud's and Sephiroth's backstories, at least a little bit. Enough for us to go on, at the moment anyway, and now we are moving on and moving out in the world to see what we may find there. Ah, shit. Missed one. But yeah, like I said, Matra Magic, an enemy skill I've picked up. Very useful. It can do stuff like that, which is tremendously powerful at this point in the game. It also costs relatively little mana, which is lovely. And generally speaking, you can get, there's, in this whole area, no, I'll explain this later. I'll explain this a little bit later in detail, but basically in this area, there's some things you can do that allows you to get a hold of just an incredibly powerful enemy skill that will just literally decimate anything and everything that you run into for ages. We're not going to pick that one up because that would be overpowering ourselves a little bit too much, but we are going to experience this wonderful delight. I'm looking forward to seeing how they handle that in whatever Final Fantasy Remake 2, I guess. Part 2. And that is our very first summon materia. I guess I can get rid of sense. And I want to put that on Aerith, since she has the more mana.
Looking to get past the wetlands up ahead?
Yeah.
In that case, you'll need a chocobo. With a chocobo, you can zip through the wetlands in one go. That's the only way you'll be able to avoid being attacked by the Midgard's armor. What's the Midgard's armor? It's a huge snake monster, almost 10 meters tall. It listens for the squelching sounds of those moving through the wetlands. And then wham! You've had it! You don't want to end out like that, so please buy a chocobo. To purchase one, talk to my grandson. He's in the stable, the building on the far right of the farm. Looking for a place to stay? How about 100 gills a night?
We'll just do that, recover some mana. Why not? I swear to God, this cold. Sorry, I had to blow my nose there. I should probably arrange those items, shouldn't I?
Need a chocobo?
Yeah.
You old folks are out of luck.
Old folks?
We don't have any chocobos. The ones outside belong to another customer. You know, if you really want a chocobo, why don't you go catch one in the wild? Want to know about wild chocobos?
No, I'm fine, I remember.
Well, then, shall we get down to business? If you buy now, I'll sell you the chocobo lure for 2,000 gil. Now, how about it? Thanks. Wouldn't hurt to buy some greens either. That reminds me, how soon a chocobo will finish eating depends on the time you feed it.
It does indeed. No, we're not gonna bother with that. Just gonna grab like 5 Gisal and some Karaka greens, and then we'll leave it. So we're not, in this particular playthrough, we're not in this particular playthrough going to go through the whole chocobo breeding minigame, because it takes 10 billion years and it's incredibly boring. What we are going to do is we're going to catch ourselves our very own chocobo. In order to do that, you have to equip the chocobo lure and run around on top of chocobo tracks, and then hopefully encounter one at some point. Not at this point, though. Well, that's annoying. And then once you're in a battle with the chocobo, you have to be careful not to scare it away, which means you have to distract it with greens. I'll show you once we actually get into a fight with one. Come on. Yes, there we go. By the way, they have the best battle theme, too. Chocobos get spooked very, very easily, so you use a green, and you just leave it the hell alone while you try and kill its companions as fast as possible. Almost hit all enemies with it there. So Elephadunk there. Yes, good. Elephadunk there just inflicted sadness on 2 party members, which means their limit break gates go up way slower, but they also take less damage. Wait, you're shitting me. Okay, this might just be the way the game is rendered, but usually chocobos look more yellow than that. So, you heard about the Midgar's worm? Yeah, there it is. The only way to get over... Well, you can technically get over on the marsh without a chocobo. Like, I've seen people do it, and without getting caught by the thing and having to fight it. But, yeah, believe me, you don't want to get in a fight with that thing. Because it will just one-hit kill you with its super attack if you give it half a chance. I've game over to this thing a few times. Anyway, see you around, Chocobo. There is, by the way, more than one of them. Or there was more than one of them. Did Sephiroth do this? So this is what we're up against. Amazing. Yeah, that's the kind of shit Sephiroth can do. Okay. Don't need the chocobo materia anymore, but I'll keep it on because it gives me extra luck. And I will need that luck soon. Cloud has steel, right? Yeah. I'll get him that. I'll put earth on you. I'll put heal on you instead of protect. Alright, there's this one thing in here we need to steal, and there's one enemy skill that I very much would like to get my hands on. That one, specifically. Flamethrower. Unfortunately, it's bloody difficult. Like, Aerith has to get hit by it. That's the only way to make it happen. Which, as you might imagine, is not exactly easy to control what that flying bastard does with his fire breath. Nah, right, they're resistant to ice. Oh, my cough is really bad. Very annoying. No, don't hit that thing. Okay, fine. Not that it matters. Oh, nice! Excellent. Now I've got it, and that's a very powerful fire attack. Now, in the area before, with the Midgar's armor, which used to call Midgar's Solum, I think, in the original translation. Which, of course, is a reference to my mythology once again, Norse mythology, the worm that circles the world. But in that area, you can get a skill called Level 4 Suicide from an enemy called the Moo, which is an enemy skill as well that does a huge amount of damage to any enemy whose level is a multiple of 4, and then you can use that particular skill to cause another enemy, specifically the Chocobos, to hit you with a different enemy skill, which can do an ungodly amount of damage if you use it correctly. And that can get you really overpowered. And you can also, depending on how much you're willing to grind, be able to get into battle with the Midgar worm and survive its attacks for long enough that you can get its ultimate power attack, which is it was a fire attack called Beta, which is basically a nuclear bomb. Like, that's the visual aesthetic of it, with which you can wipe out pretty much anything you want for a very long time indeed. Anyway, I need to steal from this guy, and that could take a while. Ow. Oh, no, wait, that doesn't do any damage. It just causes darkness. Just steal, Cloud, would you please? There we go. Nice. Didn't take as long as I feared. Oh, I forgot to equip the Mithril Glove. Oh well. The Grand Glove, though, as you can see, is a much more powerful weapon for Tifa, with a couple of extra materia slots to go on top of it. Which means I can have 2 people stealing now, which should make this go a lot faster. There's a materia here somewhere that's easy to miss. Hold it. Is this? Do you know who I am? A Turk, right? Well then, this won't take long. It's hard to explain what the Turks do exactly. Abducting people? To put it negatively, you could say that. But there's much more to it these days. Sir! Root, you don't like speeches, so don't force it. Oh, I should know. That's too much like Tifa.
Okay, I'll leave this to you.
I'm Elena, the newest member of the Turks. Thanks to what you did to Reno, we're short-handed. Although, I guess that's why I was accepted into the Turks. In any case, our orders are to determine where Sephiroth is going, and to make your life difficult every step of the way. Hang on, it's the other way around. You're the ones getting in our way.
Elena, you've said more than enough.
Mr. Singh?
They don't need to know our business.
Sorry, sir.
I thought I gave you your orders. Go, report back as instructed.
Yes, of course. Very well. Rude and I will track Sephiroth, who's heading for Junon's harbor.
Elena, do you have a hearing problem?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now go. Don't let Sephiroth get away. Yes, sir. Reno sends his warm regards. He's hoping to meet you again after the wounds heal up. Now that you're best friends, he wants to share his new weapon with you all. Well now. Eris, it's been a while. Now that Sephiroth's reappeared, as far as Shinra's concerned, you're no longer a priority.
What are you saying? That I should be grateful to Sephiroth?
No, but we'll be seeing less of each other from now on. Take care of yourself.
Strange, hearing that from you.
And I would very much appreciate it if you all stay out of Shinra's way.
Wait, didn't I used to do a Russian accent for Zeng? Did I just decide to randomly forget that and change it? Sounds plausible. Whatever. Where the hell's the long-range materia? I know it's in here somewhere. I've forgotten it more than once. I'm not gonna do it again. Hang on. Hang on. Where the hell's the long-range materia? Oh, right, shit. Completely forgot. Oh, sweet. Yeah, might as well. So there's a treasure chest in here that, for some reason, I have an absolutely ridiculously terrible habit, or not a treasure chest, but a treasure in here, that I have a terrible habit of always forgetting. It's because you can climb these vines right here, but it's impossible to tell that unless you use the little finger-pointing arrow over your head. And there we go. Long-range materia. Lovely, thank you very much. That allows me to put whoever's holding it in the back row, and they'll still do full damage, but they'll take half physical damage, which is a lovely little bonus. And which is actually going to be important for at least one other boss fight later. Ah, motherfucker. And I don't know what it is about that, like the long-range materia, where I remember it's in here. I remember that it's somewhere in the mines, but I always forget where it is and how to get to it. It's a weird habit. So I actually want Aerith to kill a bunch of enemies right now, because I want her to get to her level 2 limit break at some point. Now that means letting Cloud take a backseat as the guy who deals the finishing blows for a bit. Alright, now here comes an interesting optional bit. Fort Condor. Oh, I don't remember. Does that guy have anything interesting to steal? No, he doesn't. Okay. Jesus Christ. We've been in the struggle against the Shinra army for a long time. We've taken root here and vowed to keep on fighting. Whenever you can spare the time, come lend us a hand. We don't want to be unreasonable if you're busy with something. Why don't you finish that first? No, we can help right now.
Wow, it's not every day you see people climbing up here. Huh? What's wrong with your eyes? Sorry. Listen, this is about to turn into a battlefield with Shinra. You'd best go back down if you don't want to get involved. Did you say Shinra? What do you mean, a battlefield? Looks like you're also having problems with them. Came here, after all. Will you hear what I have to say? Yeah, go ahead. Did you notice anything on top of the mountain? A huge bird. A reactor and a condor. Well spotted. Yes, it's a reactor and a condor. It seems Shinra can't abide having a condor on top of the reactor. Why? What's so bad about that? Why do they care? It seems there's some sort of special materia in the reactor, and because there's a condor in the way, Shinra have rushed their army here to deal with it. The army's objective is to eliminate the condor and those living here. The condor is warming an egg. It only lays one every few years. We want to protect them both from Shinra. New life, huh? A condor's egg, the work of nature. We're here to help protect the life of the planet. We have to protect the condor's egg. The thing is, we don't have the resources to fight Shinra directly. That's why we've hired mercenaries to help us. As a sponsor, you can assist us with money or by fighting alongside us. What do you think? Will you join in our struggle?
Yep. So this is a mini-game. It's vaguely important. Like, it's not super important, but vaguely important. Let's see. Nothing here I need. Most of all, there's a free inn, so you can get a rest and restore your mana and stuff. But there's also a rather extensive minigame in this particular area. Which I'm going to be showing you. We're going to cheese it, because I genuinely don't want to have to play that thing too straight up. How much money do I have? 5,000, okay. I should be a bit careful about that. So the minigame is gated by money. Like, there's a certain amount of money that you need to have in order to be effective at it. And I'm just gonna try and make sure that I have enough to be going on with. I might as well sell the Peacemaker, really, because it's not going to be effective by the... Like, I've already mentioned, it's not going to do any good for me by the time I actually get to a point in the game where it matters. Thanks for accepting. Okay, I'll explain the strategy. So, okay, so, this is an RTS minigame. That red line that you see there is the limit of how far forward I can deploy units. Here we have all the units that are available to me. And you can see how they each have their strengths and weaknesses. They do various things against various enemies. But yeah, what I want to do right now is I want to get this guy here, because as you deploy units, as your units move further down the mountain, you can move the rest of your... you can deploy units further down the mountain. Which means, if you start with just the one, and you tell him to start moving downwards, one of the mistakes you can make is deploying too many units early on, and then it takes them a million years to get to the others. So there's some special rules for this game. Once all enemies on the map have been eliminated, you win, basically. And that means it doesn't... like, there's a certain number of enemies that are going to attack per battle. And you only need to eliminate whatever enemies happen to be on the map right now. So if you can deploy a bunch of aggressive attackers, and kill all enemies on the map early, then you can cheese your way through these battles and win them without ever really being in any danger. And like the man said, every mercenary you deploy costs a certain amount of money. So... shit, okay. So you don't want to have to deploy too many of them in order to win the fight. Six, that's okay for me. Okay, set the speed higher. And hopefully I'll kill those two. Yes! And I avoided having to deal with a whole bunch of enemies. Wow, that was great. Shinra will be back, though. You can bet your life on that. We don't know when they'll send the next wave, so check back every so often. And I get the magic comb, which is a weapon for red. Quite a useful little weapon, too. And so, this is not the last time this minigame is going to be played. In fact, there's I think there's 10? No, not 10, but there's a substantial number of fights at Fort Condor, where you have to, wherever the hell you are on the map, you have to make your way back there and go in and say, hey, is there an attack happening right now? And then you can join in the attack. And if you do all of them, which are quite a few, there's a special reward waiting for you on the other side of it. But if you get even one, then you lose out on a special extra reward thing. Now, I don't know if we're going to remember to do all of them, unless I open up a guide or something to tell me when the hell they're happening, because I don't have any bloody idea. But we'll see. Now, here's something that's probably going to take a while. Or maybe not, we'll see. We're going to run around in this forest for a while. Just run around and fight the creatures that are in there. In this case, it's, oh, goddammit, it's Mandragora. Of which there are quite a few. And they can do a lot of damage, so I better hit them with Mitra Magic as fast as possible. Yeah, these guys don't fuck around. Whew. That was a materia level up, by the way. My all materia has leveled up, which means I can now use a spell on all enemies twice rather than just once. And it would actually not be too bad to be able to do that with fire magic, to be honest. But yeah, we're just gonna run around this forest and grind a little bit. That's definitely what we're doing. Grinding, for real. Definitely grinding. Grinding is what we're doing. We're not doing anything else. We're grinding. That's what we're doing. I'm not hoping for any particular kind of special encounter to happen in this forest at all. I'm just grinding out levels and getting stronger. That's the only thing I'm doing. I mean, I might gain quite a few levels doing this if I don't run into what I'm looking for first, but we'll see. Nope. Please don't use a bunch of blue impulse on me. But yeah, as you can see, there's some monsters around here that up the difficulty level just a little bit. They hit pretty hard. come on. There's the thing I'm trying to do, the thing I'm trying to encounter has a very low encounter rate at this point in the game. Its encounter rate gets higher and higher as the game goes on, until eventually it becomes practically impossible to avoid encountering them. But for the moment, it's gonna take like a whole bunch of running around in a forest until it actually pops. The upside is that Aerith is getting so many kills right now that it should put her well on her way towards getting her second level limit break. Yeah, I kind of don't want to be level 20 before I get to Junon, actually. Still not the right thing. Oh no. Yes, nice. That should be her. Unless I'm not mistaken, that's the second one. Seals magic and causes stop on all enemies. That's actually really, really powerful against certain enemies. Actually, this is a good opportunity to use Chocobo Summon. Go out to the big forest up here. Not that it makes a difference, but it feels like it makes a difference. More Mandragora. Alright. Ow. Yeah. But yeah, this is what I mean when I say Matra Magic is super overpowered at this point in the game. Oh, special encounter, where are you? I'm gonna save. Just in case. At least there's only two of them. Oh wait, aren't they called Mandragoras anymore? No, live wires. Oh, okay. Oh my god. And this is not something I can do off screen, unfortunately. Like, it's not something I can do off camera. This has to be done now, and the result of it is something that I want to record, so... Blah. Come on. No, I guess not. To be fair, it's like you're kind of not supposed to get this encounter yet. Like, theoretically. It's supposed to be a very, very low percentage thing that might happen to a few players, but won't happen to most of them. And there's no reason, like, there's no need to do it now. You don't have to do it now. But I want to do it now. Oh my god, stop. Come on. RNG. Kind of want to save mana on Aerith a little bit. I mean, I can always go back to Fort Condor and just heal up, but well, it might end up being level 20 anyway before I get to Junon. God, that would be annoying. Usually it doesn't take me this long to get the encounter. Usually. But I guess the game's playing coy today. Well, we get to listen to the music more. I really do love this main theme a lot. Again, if you can find the Distant Worlds CD or the performances on YouTube, it shouldn't be too difficult. Listen to those. And even oh, fucking finally! Where the fuck were you? Jesus Christ. Now I really need to get this right. There we go. Okay. Please let me not fuck up. So, if at any point during this encounter you go into a menu, whether that is like like any kind of screen transition of any kind, you have to go back and try and encounter her again. Oh, for the love of God. Man, I can't believe I lost. You spiky-haired jerk. Try that again. One more time. I'm not interested. Oh, thinking of running away. Stay and fight. Fight, I said. Come on, what's the matter? Scared of me, huh? Sure. Just as I thought. But what can you expect with my kind of skills? Good luck to you guys. If you feel up to it, we can go for another round later. Bye! I'm leaving now. Yes, wait a second. What is it? You still after something? Oh, so that's it. You need my help because I'm so tough. You want to go with you, right? Right. Thought so. You put me on the spot. What should I do? If you want me that bad, I guess I can't refuse. All right, I'll go with you. Okay, let's get going. Hey! Hey, wait, I haven't even told you my name. There we go. If you select any other options than that, she steals some of your money and runs away. And you have to go find her again. And I don't want to have to do that. That's Yuffie. I'm Yuffie. Pleased to meet ya. That went well. Now all I have to do is... Hey, wait up! Wait! If you go and use the save point too, like if you go into a menu to save, she vanishes and steals your money. Like no matter, it's like you can't take your eyes off her for a second. And if you choose the wrong dialogue option during that encounter, she'll force you to go into a menu where you give her the name. But then once you get out of there again, she's gonna have stolen your money and run away. So you can only get her to say her own name when you're walking away from her. And she's kind of flustered and charging after you. That's the only time you can get to do it. And I remember failing this encounter so many times when I played this game myself for the first time. Well, we got her. Good grief. It's entirely optional. Like, you really don't have to put all this time and effort into getting Yuffie at this point in the game. But I wanted to. Because she has some dialogue and some scenes a little bit later in the game that you won't get to see otherwise. Let's rest first. And let's just do that. And give him the magic cone. She's fine for equipment, right? Yeah. And she has the throw materia as well, which can do a ton of damage if you use it correctly. And let's get Barrett up, so I can give him his equipment. Let's see. I really should buy more materia now, just so that I can at least have a full set of equipment on everyone. Like, so that no matter what my party configuration, I always have access to fire, lightning, ice, and healing. And that's all I need to do here. And now, finally, we can start to move on to Junon. Ugh, that cough. Okay. Let me just check the levels of everyone. Right, good. So they're all... Then I think I want you... No, I don't. She's level 17. That's too much. I'll take Red and Barrett for the moment. Yeah. Just gonna unequip every one of everything. So I can make some rearrangements. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Property with Chocobo, because Chocobo's wind elemental, and that's gonna come in handy in just a sec. And then the long range, that's also gonna be necessary. Chocobo lure, just because. Protect. And let's give you lightning and an all materia. Yes. Now, Red's, the magic comb that Red has here, as you can see, it has, underneath slots over there, it says growth double, which means that any materia that's equipped in it gets double AP growth, which means they get to higher levels much, much faster, which is extremely useful. And I'm gonna take advantage of it. One thing I don't miss about earlier Final Fantasy games is this. Like the constant menu sound. That's something that they've gotten rid of in more recent times, and I'm very happy about that. Because it does get kind of annoying to listen to after a while. Steal on him, just because the agility is good to have on Barrett, who's kind of slow. Okay. Wait, am I going to change my mind now? No, I'm not. Alright, let's get to Junon. Finally. Go away. Oh, that might have taken them all out. It will. No, it won't. Damn it. Because Red doesn't have as much magic power as Aerith. Something that's important that I didn't know when I was a kid is that it's actually important to, like, use all of your party members, not just the ones that you happen to like the best. Because, again, the only way for your party members to learn better limit breaks is to actually take part in fights and to kill enemies. Like, there's a counter that goes up that needs to go up, otherwise you will never get new limit breaks for them. And that's something that especially Barrett in my previous playthroughs has suffered from, because I never really enjoyed having him in my party. I thought other characters were way more interesting than him in a lot of ways, which is something I've changed my mind on since then. But it does mean that you lose access to some really powerful abilities that you might need. If you're not careful to actually make use of your whole party of characters. There we go. What's with this place? It's so run down.
What? Now this is rare. We must never have anyone other than Shinra coming to our village.
As I recall, there's nothing really important in the weapons shop, but let's take a look anyway. Well, some potions can't hurt. 5 more Phoenix Downs just to be sure. 4 more tents, and that should do the trick. He doesn't even sell weapons, he just sells grenades. Oh, wait, actually, looking at the time, now is probably the better time to cut this video. Because we're about to head into a rather lengthy section that works better in, like, one unbroken segment. So, if you have enjoyed hanging out in the world of Final Fantasy VII with me, then I highly encourage you to hit the like, comment, and subscribe buttons down below to make the numbers go up, and numbers going up will help the YouTube channel stay alive because, you know, that's what life is like under late-stage capitalism. I'm hopefully going to be over my cold and my cough relatively soon, maybe by the time I'm home from Christmas and New Year's, and future videos in this series won't be quite so congested. But I do have a Patreon, I have a tip jar, I have a merchandise store. If you want to avail yourself of any of those things, then they are down in the description for you to click on and look at and be enticed and perhaps tempted by. At least I hope so. And besides that, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. I hope you have had wonderful holidays. I think this is going up just closer to New Year's, and I hope you have a great New Year's Eve.